Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Chantal Purcell, welcome. And I've actually been sharing my experiences through life, cancer, treatments, surgeries, life after cancer, life regardless of cancer, just life stuff. Most recently, an arm paralysis. So if you're new here, I'll just invite you to go back and watch some of the previous videos so you can kind of see how we got to where we are today. Today, I want to talk very specifically about living with unbearable circumstances. And so when I say unbearable circumstances, I'm referring to those things that if someone said to you, you would have to live through X, Y, or Z. You would have to live with X, Y, or Z. And your knee-jerk response is, oh no, 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 like I couldn't do that, or I couldn't live with that. I couldn't see myself handling that. Like there's no way. Like I could go this far, but there's no way I could go that far. Those are the unbearable circumstances that I'm speaking about. So me personally, just the things that I've shared on here through this video, I'm gonna ignore her for a minute. First that I shared, I think as unbearable, was living with cancer, going through treatments, but most specifically when I was going to lose my hair with chemo. I was a long hair girl, and I've got it like pulled back and it's a hot mess even though I have hair. But you know, back in the day, like I was a hair girl, and it was part of my identity, and it was a huge deal that I was going to be losing it. And you know, initially I thought there's no way I can handle being bald. And I, you know, got the wig and I had all the preparations and everything else. But then when I was in the thick of it, I was so surprised how well I handled that. And so well that I even did a video reveal and taking off my wig. And then I did videos and photos and actually shared my bald head. You know, I mean, I would have thought I couldn't handle it, and definitely I'm not going to handle it. Like no one's going to ever see this. So it's like I handled it so much better than I thought was possible. More recently, I became paralyzed having a surgery. I became paralyzed on my right and dominant arm, this one, from my shoulder to my wrist. My fingers work, my shoulder works, but the rest of it doesn't. This has been the case for over 5 weeks now. When I first woke up from surgery, and this was not part of the program. I had surgery on my arm, but this was not expected at all. So there was no way I could have even prepared myself for that. When I first woke up from surgery and discovered that my arm was paralyzed, I mean, my knee-jerk, you guys, I'm gonna be honest, my knee-jerk reaction was like, oh my God, no, like I can't do life. I can't do life. There's no way. Like I am strong, I've done a lot of things, but I can't do this. This is more than I can handle. And I'm saying all of this and I'm sharing all of this for one real big takeaway reason, you guys, is, you know, there's so many times in life that we're given a diagnosis or a situation or something that we feel is so much bigger than what we are capable of handling, so much more than what we can do. Like I couldn't do life with that. Maybe more physical pain. You know, when I was 16, I had a major back surgery. And I remember going into the doctor at one point after, I don't remember now, before or after the surgery, and saying like there's an amount of pain that is tolerable, like I can live with this for the rest of my life. And then there's an amount of pain that's not tolerable, that I cannot live with for the rest of my life. And I explained to the doctor at that point, like my pain at this level is more than what I can handle living with. And, you know, so it's all of those things. But I am here to tell you, you guys, that I don't know if it's like a combination of things. My faith, I'm sure, is definitely involved. I'm very faithful, but that doesn't necessarily take pain away or change your circumstances, right? So it's like, what is it beyond faith that makes it possible? And I will tell you that your mindset has a lot to do with it. Um, but more than that is our spirit, our soul, whatever you want to call that thing that lives inside us, you guys, that gives us that strength through hard times. It is so much stronger than we give it credit. It is resilient. And I mean, I've blown myself away with how well I've adapted to doing life with like one arm, not my primary arm. Now, there's a lot that I can't do, and I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, I do not claim to have all the answers by any means. But what I can tell you is, you know, on day one, I was kind of crying trying to get myself dressed. You know, I was like defeated and like, oh my God, overwhelmed. Like, there's no way I can't even dress myself. I can't get my pants down to go to the bathroom or get them back up after I go to the bathroom. We're talking basic things. Those basic things are still challenging, but they're possible now. Like, they've become more doable. And I think that's what I'm getting at is it might seem like undoable circumstances, unmanageable, unbelievable, and exceptional circumstances that are so beyond what we can handle, but we can handle. And it's like every day gets a little bit better. Every day there's a little more clarity. Every day there's a little more growth. Every day there's a little more acceptance that helps us to kind of embody those things. And I mean, we're not defined by those things, but to really overcome. So I'm just here to share with you today because, you know, I've had those times, I've had those days, those moments, and those obstacles. And I'm not going to sit here and say every day is, you know, rainbows and whatever, and, you know, butterflies, because there's challenges, it gets hard. But I am also so blown away with the body's ability, not just my own personal ability, like the body's ability to adapt, our mind's ability to adapt, our emotions can adapt, like all of these things, we really can adapt. We are equipped for change. We go through change all the time. This is just sometimes bigger change that we could even imagine. But if you find yourself facing adversity, facing that dilemma, facing that unlivable circumstance, that circumstance is so much bigger than what you can even wrap your head around, and you're feeling overwhelmed, I'm just here to tell you, take one day at a time. Just do today in this moment. Some days it's like minute by minute, moment by moment, not even day by day yet. And then you'll get to day by day. But I promise you, every day can get a little bit better. We can navigate a little bit better. So I just want to be an encouragement to you that if you find yourself in that position, just keep moving, little tiny bit each day. And until next time, my friend, I just always say live your best life despite your circumstances. And I mean that with so much heart and commitment to continue living every single moment. Like, this has been, whatever it is, a couple of minutes of my life and your life. And even though my circumstances kind of suck and I've had a lot of distraction, or could be distraction from my puppy, you know, it's like I'm still living in this moment. I'm staying present in this moment despite the circumstances. And so that's the living your best life, living your life to your best ability in the midst of sucky circumstances. So until next time, my friends, thank you so much for being here, for subscribing and following along. That does help this content to reach the people it needs to reach most. So I appreciate those likes and follows. And we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.